Here are the basic guidelines on how to make a hole in an acrylic sheet without a drill. 1. Scoring and snapping. One of the simplest methods to create a small hole or cutout in an acrylic sheet is by scoring. This technique involves deeply scratching the surface along the desired line and then applying pressure to snap the piece along the scored line. It's more suitable for straight lines or broader curves. Step 1. Tools needed: a scoring tool, ruler, and clamps. Step 2. Procedure: secure the acrylic sheet and use the scoring tool to make a deep line. Repeat the scoring multiple times to ensure depth. Finally, position the sheet over an edge and apply pressure to snap it cleanly along the scored line. 2. Hot needle or wire for smaller holes. Heating a needle or a thin piece of wire can be an effective way to melt through the acrylic without causing cracks. Step 1. Tools needed: a metal needle or wire, pliers, and a heat source. Step 2. Procedure: hold the needle or wire with pliers and heat it until it's red hot. Carefully press the hot metal through the acrylic at the desired point. Allow it to cool before removing any excess material around the hole. 3. Using a soldering iron. A soldering iron can offer more control for making holes of various sizes without the need for excessive force. Step 1. Tools needed: a soldering iron with a fine tip. Step 2. Procedure: heat the soldering iron and gently apply it to the acrylic sheet where you want the hole. The heat will melt the acrylic, creating a hole. It's essential to work in a well-ventilated area due to the fumes produced. 4. Woodworking tools. Certain woodworking tools, such as a manual hand drill, also known as a brace, or a hole saw with a protective backing, can be adapted to cut through acrylic carefully. Step 1. Tools needed: hand drill or hole saw, clamp, and protective backing material. Step 2. Procedure: secure the acrylic sheet and carefully use the tool to cut through the material. The protective backing helps prevent cracking. Finishing touches: after creating the hole, it may be necessary to smooth the edges. This can be done with fine grit sandpaper or a file, carefully working around the edge of the hole to remove any sharp or uneven areas. In closing, how to make a hole in an acrylic sheet without a drill. Crafting a hole in an acrylic sheet without the aid of a drill is not just a feasible endeavor but also one that can be accomplished